Trade Paper Hacks presents your pull preview for September 21st, 2016. We're going to kick things off with Marvel this week. First up is Vision number 11. Hands down, this is the best book coming from Marvel at the moment. Writer Tom King has crafted a beautiful, unpredictable story arc that seems to be hitting its climax with this issue. The book up to this point has been a quiet, chilling tale, so it'll be interesting to see how King handles Vision's confrontation with the Avengers. Inevitable explosions aside, if any book were to give you an existential crisis over what it means to truly exist, it's Vision. Pick up this book. Next up is Civil War II number 5. I guess. Look, big event books are great ways to introduce new readers to tons of characters and storylines. Plus, with all of the crossover books polluting the racks, you run the risk of being lost if you aren't caught up with the main book. So we recommend this book based on that alone, because it's not the best event Marvel has published in recent years, but a new issue means that the event is getting closer to ending until you realize they pushed out the end of the event until December. Moving on over to DC Comics. You might feel some deja vu here. First up for DC is Batman number 7. Speaking of event books and stories written by Tom King, this issue of Batman kicks off the first Rebirth relaunch crossover, Night of the Monster Men. Batman, Batwoman, and Nightwing are trying to prepare Gotham for a terrible storm when large monsters appear in the streets. It seems like a fairly simple premise, but given the art, it seems to imply that this is more of a horror movie than a creature blockbuster. If you pick up this book, you should go ahead and get this week's Nightwing number 5 to get part 2 of the crossover. Next up is Trinity number 1, DC's big three all in a single book. Batman and Wonder Woman unite with the classic Superman and discover what paths drove them to the life of heroics. Ultimately, this is going to be a safe introduction to these characters and won't yield any surprises for longtime readers, but the real reason to tune in is that, in addition to writing the book, Francis Manapul is responsible for the story's art, and during the New 52, he proved to be an amazing artist and is worth the price of admission by itself. Hey, there's other awesome publishers, and by that we mean Image Comics. At least this week. First from Image is Seven to Eternity number 1. The writer-artist combo from Uncanny X-Men are back together for a nitty-gritty fantasy book. Don't expect this to be an easy read, as the preview description mentions characters with the names like God of Whispers and locations like the Kingdom of Zal. Seriously, there's even a line to the tune of "All men have surrendered their freedom to fear." It seems overly complex, but when Remender's writing a book, it's typically worth picking up. So this is what we call a leap of faith. Closing out this week's list is Image's I Hate Fairyland number 9. Do you like Skottie Young's art? Sure you do. Do you buy every Skottie Young variant cover that comes out? Of course. He's a comic book nerd's guilty pleasure. People who buy Skottie Young books are the same folks who bought the Golden Girls Funko Pops because they're really cute and surely one day they'll be worth something. So jokes aside, I Hate Fairyland is a fun, adults-only take on the Wizard of Oz, Alice in Wonderland formula, and it's actually kind of funny. That's it for this week's Pull Preview. Remember, these aren't the only books coming out this week, so be sure to tell us what else we should read in the comments. Be sure to like and subscribe and tune in next week for the next Pull Preview from Trade Paper Hacks.